Welcome everybody to another episode of Fair Faithful Podcast. I'm Brandon Freño, joined by me and my co-host, Night Game Podcast, Deon Johnson, and Mr. Lefty, Christian Dyer. How we doing, fellas?
Doing good, doing good. How about you?
Good.
Doing well, man. Went back to work after a week off of vacation, so. But yeah. All right, well, let's jump right into it, guys. Niners beat the Saints 13-0 thanks to a dominant defense performance. Let's get right into it. What did you guys see from yesterday's performance, especially on the offense? Um, Dion, go ahead first.
I didn't see much from the offense. 13 points, and our defense shut them down. That's perfect right there. Yes, hit that like button like Tylenol. Who fuck with baby?
What's up?
And just make
What's
sure we
the
don't get
media?
too much. Just make sure we don't get too much of media sweater. Nobody wants to see that ugly ass A.
Okay, here, Dion. Here, I'll help you out a little.
Hey,
Oh,
we'll give you
right.
one of these. We'll give you one of these right
Here,
now.
I'm gonna just make sure.
Hey,
Here, I'll
Dion.
just
Make sure it's here we go with that ugly ass A.
Dion, you better be a fucking
What's up,
Ute fan on
throwback?
Friday.
All right, we're gonna take a
Is he-
pitchfork and shove it up that ass.
Ah, shit.
Dion, you better be a Ute fan on Friday,
Damien.
dude. We're gonna take USC down again.
Hey, let's hope you do. But I didn't
That
see
way
much, man. I saw a regular game. I saw a game managed by Jimmy Garoppolo. I saw one almost interception, and that's only because Tyrann Matthews' arms aren't long enough to reel that in. If his arm is about an inch or two longer, he most likely comes down with that, and that's an interception in the end zone. And then the other one where they called it back, he lucked out because there was a penalty on the play. But other than that, he threw that ball right to that defender. Like, I don't understand who he was throwing to. So I saw a mediocre game by Jimmy Garoppolo, but it was enough to help us get the win. I saw some fantastic plays by Jawan motherfucking Jennings. He was out there doing his
We need some
thing.
T-shirts to say Juwan motherfucking.
I'm telling you, bro,
Really?
that shit
You know what?
will catch
I'm
like
gonna-
wildfire.
I'm gonna talk to Zach about making some shirts.
Dude,
like
I would
that.
wear
real,
that.
hey,
I would-
man.
I would wear that.
Don't
You
they
can put
call
the
them like third
hashtags
down?
and the hats and everything so it doesn't actually say, but
We
I'm
need the
telling you,
third
bro.
down Jennings.
I would wear that shit. I'd wear that shit to the game.
I would
try to get his
wear that shirt
attention.
What's up,
faithfully,
David?
bro, and just get a 15 on the back. That should be hard. They'd be like,
Fuck
oh,
yeah.
what are you wearing? A Mahomes? Just fuck Patrick Mahomes. This is Jawan Jennings. But
Juwan motherfucking Jennings.
exactly. JJ was definitely a blessing in disguise yesterday. He did some good things. He drew another penalty that probably shouldn't have been drawn, but Chris Harris was just getting raked over the coals by the refs all game. CMC, another disappointing outing for him, running under 3 yards a carry. Insane.
At the box seems to be stacked.
Yeah,
Every
but
time he touches the
no.
ball,
Here's the thing. This is why I say disappointing, because Kyle's using him in the way he should be using him. CMC is perfect for the stretch zone. He is not an up the gut kind of guy.
yeah,
Don't do that to him. Stop using him in that way. You know what? You
Mason.
got a glimpse yesterday, Kyle, of a kid named Jordan Mason, who you've been holding back. Doesn't he look pretty good running up the gut? He likes that contract, and he seems to get through the hole. What a coincidence. There's only one run by CMC where I literally, before the ball was handed off, that hole was gone. It was closed. And if he bounces it out left or right, he can get some yardage. But he ran right into the pile. And I'm like, bro, I know you saw there wasn't nowhere for you to go in that. And I hope you didn't think anybody was opening up shit because there was nothing there. But offense was pretty much stagnant. And then at the same time, Jimmy did have a couple of throws where if he puts the ball on the receiver in stride, they can make plays. He missed CMC on that pass when he overthrew him. He hit Brandon Ayuk on several passes, and they were caught. But the thing is, Ayuk had to jump for them. If these passes that he throws to Ayuk are hitting him in stride, Ayuk has enough speed and enough body wherewithal to get out and do some things. So I saw an offense that was pretty stagnant, didn't do much. We weren't even able to capitalize off the turnovers that the defense was creating. So that's just basically what I saw, and I hope this calms down. All of the podcasters, all of the media out there. I hope it helps them understand and they look a little bit closer. Do we all know that over the past 4 games, Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't thrown for more than 240 yards? He only had 4 touchdowns in that one game. In his other games, he has 2 touchdowns, no touchdown, and 1 touchdown. So, like, somebody help me understand why we need to keep him 10 more years, Steve Young.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm
right.
talking at Steve Young because it does not make any sense. I respect him. I love what he's done for the franchise. But, bro, you can't be talking about 10 more years after a 4-touchdown game against the fucking Cardinals of all teams, who are a dumpster fire. Literally, the only team in our division worth even possibly mentioning is the Seahawks. And that's sad to say because we thought they was going to be on a downward spiral. When Russell left town, they seem to be moving all right.
Russell took the
Russell
shit
there
with
getting
it.
out by defensive linemen and shit. But that's what I saw. What did you see, media?
Oh, just before you head out real quick, let me just say what's up to the chat real quick. So I want to say
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up to Terradome. What's going on, my guy? 49er throwback.
It's a throwback.
Melissa,
Izzy,
What up?
Wolfcast.
Cowboy Angel, what's up?
Yeah, Wolfcast in the
What
building.
David
up?
McNew, and Niner Gang Wolfcast. And yeah.
Well, you say
Thanks
you're
for
supposed to
tuning
throw
in, guys.
50-50 passes to a guy like Jennings when it comes to – yeah, but here's the thing. You do that with Jennings because you know what? Jennings doesn't have breakaway speed. But Jennings can catch the ball. He can come down and he can hit.
Oh,
He can force for a couple
I
extra
think
yards.
he's referring to that touchdown.
Oh, well, I
No.
mean, but the issue is it's not about that a 50-50 ball to me is a ball that the DB and the receiver are both fighting for. Not a situation like what happened with Jawan Jennings. That wasn't a 50-50 ball. That was Tyrann Mathieu didn't have long enough arms and it tipped the ball and it just fell into Jennings' lap. Because he was pretty close to that chalk on the back line.
Mhm.
So I get what you're saying. You know, for me, that wasn't a 50-50 ball. Typically, those 50-50 balls are when you get mossed. You know, when somebody snatches that shit out of your hands. That one, it just that was pure luck, and I'm glad that luck went on our side.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, media.
Are we just talking about the offense right now, or just overall?
Offense.
Okay. First of all, bear down. Second of all,
Bear down. What? Bear down to
Yeah.
not to go into a bowl game.
That's all right. He doesn't remember. He doesn't
beating
remember having the
ASU
opportunity
was
to
our
take his
bowl game.
ass out of the street.
Beating ASU was our bowl game.
Oh man, how about the Pac-12 just being the Pac-12 and fucking...
But anyways, this is a 49ers show, so back to that. Yeah, I thought the offense, again, like, earlier in the season, just missed opportunities. Your defense went out there, like, to start the game. Fred Warner forces a, fumble with Alvin Kamara. And even Fred Warner said it after the game, that they knew, okay, Kamara had 2 fumbles on the year, so they were focusing on getting that ball out, and they did. And so, to me, yeah, the offense, I mean, you were in the middle of the field. Like, you really should have just gotten 3 points. You should have been able to get a touchdown. And honestly, the Niners had the opportunities, and they were getting to the red zone. I think the biggest issue was what was going on in the red zone. They just were not able to convert and get into that end zone. They were scoring field goals instead, and that's why I was 13-0. So the offense to me was just stale, and like that's why even after the game I didn't really know how to feel, just because it was like, all right, the defense, one side pitched a shutout. They're phenomenal, but then yet the offense, just scored 13 points when they really could have scored probably 30 points, and they didn't. So that's how I feel about the offense.
Christian?
So, I was going to say, because Deon said he just saw the offense look inept, which I think if you go by the score, they did, but it kind of goes back to what I said in our show Sunday morning. It's going to be a close game if we're not getting touchdowns in the red zone. If we're going to kick and field goals, the game's going to be close. We get touchdowns in the red zone, we are up 28-0, 21-0, whatever it ends up being. But our inability to score touchdowns in the red zone are why we didn't blow the Saints out because it should have been 28-0. There's the one where we don't get it on fourth and goal, we don't get it, and then there's the two field goals, so plus the touchdown. So it should have been 28-0, and our inability to do well again for another freaking week in the red zone is killing us. Like Jimmy just is way too much on one guy in the red zone. I think I wouldn't say he played terribly. He probably had his worst game of the last 4 games, but he didn't play like a terrible Jimmy game. But his leaving so many points off the board all the time is ridiculous. Like where he could have threw that touchdown to McCaffrey, who was wide the fuck open. He didn't even look to the left. Stayed on Kittle the whole time. It's like, why are you even looking to the side that's got trips on that side? And all the fucking chaos is over there. The traffic when you got McCaffrey and one other receiver on the other side and a lot less. It's like you're not even looking. So that that hurts us in the red zone. And then it's just play calling in the red zone, inability to run the ball right now, especially in the red zone, kills us. All these playmakers, and we're not coming up with some trick plays or something with some motion, some moving around a lot to get things to happen in the red zone. When we get to the red zone, we look lazy. Play calling's bad. Decision making's bad. So my biggest thing with the offense is they move the ball up and down the field, but they don't have points to show for it because they don't finish. I just saw the same thing that I've seen a bunch of times this season. Move the ball up and down the field, look like we're doing well, and then fuck it up in the red zone. Because it should have been 28-0, and that's plenty of points from the offense, if you ask me. I'm totally happy with 4 touchdowns. And then we're not sweating at the end. Like in the fourth quarter, I was fucking sweating. I'm like, fuck, this is too close. 13 points, 2 scores. This is bullshit. This is way too close. And luckily, the defense fucking was just phenomenal. And we broke the Saints streak for longest freaking streak without being shut out. So I just think the offense has to do better in the red zone. Like it's weird because we keep getting upset that this offense isn't putting up points. And the biggest reason is not because our inability to move the ball, or it's our inability to score touchdowns in the red zone. It's fucking insane how terrible we are at this. Which I'm gonna go on. Some of it's Jimmy, but a lot of it I feel like is Kyle, and the play calling is so freaking elementary. It's terrible. It's fucking bullshit. Like, what is going on? We have all these weapons, and we can't figure out how to get them the ball in the red zone. The only time we get a touchdown in that game is because we get lucky off a fucking
tip.
Off a tip. Like, I don't understand it. And there, you can see guys are open in the end zone too. It just Jimmy doesn't see them, doesn't throw it fast enough. Why the fuck is Jimmy having Kyle having Jimmy stay in the pocket in the red zone? Jimmy's going to be way better if you can get him out of the pocket, especially in the red zone. Like, I don't understand why we don't play to our strengths as soon as we get into the red zone. I don't get it.
Yeah, you saw the problem is the red zone. And we talked about this in the previous show. They struggle in the red zone all the time, and they haven't done anything to fix it. Especially with all these weapons that we have, like you said, Christian. I mean, dude, how do we only score 13 points when just the week before we scored 38 with all these weapons that we have, right? And like Deon said, Steve Young talking about, oh, I want to sign him 10 years. Well, after the performance Jimmy Garoppolo had yesterday, you still want to sign him 10 years? Because that's jack shit.
Then they put up the thing like comparing the records with Steve Young and Montana.
I know.
I'm sorry, but
dude, come on, really?
If Montana or Young's defense fucking put a goose egg up there for them, they're not only scoring 13 points. They're not.
What I saw from that was, and I just said this because I was just hanging out. I was just on the round check with CG. Is my point to that was different eras of football.
Yeah.
You had different rules. There were different things going on. Those dudes faced different circumstances. The quarterbacks in today's times, half of them wouldn't last 5 minutes in the old days. They'd be pissed off, wondering where flag. Tom Brady wouldn't last 5 minutes. Okay? What people forget is Rodney Harrison was on national television and shocked the damn world when he told Tom to pull his skirt down after crying for flags all the damn time.
That's
You
what he
know what I'm
seems to be
saying?
doing.
That was as shocking as when Kanye West says George Bush hates black people or doesn't care about black people or whatever the fuck he said. But that it's those moments that tell you these are different eras. Like you had different people doing different things. You could smack the shit out of a quarterback when Steve Young and Joe Montana played, and no one gave a damn. You weren't getting the flag. The refs didn't care. It wasn't a situation where they were looking at your feelings and they were hurt.
To be
You didn't
fair,
have defensive receivers, none of that stuff.
to be
In
fair to
those
Jimmy,
times, go ahead.
I was like, just real quick, to be fair to Jimmy, he does get treated like that as a quarterback because that guy takes hits to the head, all kinds of dirty hits,
Dude,
and they do not flag it. They did it in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl,
Yesterday
and
was
ever since the Super
horrible.
Bowl, he's taken. Since then, all the time he's taking these terrible hits to the head, I
I'll
never
tell
see
you-
him get a call.
And I'll tell you this, and the reason why, because Jimmy ain't that dude. If Cam Newton years ago was looking for certain plays, for certain flags, and a ref literally told him to his face, "You're not there yet. You need a couple more years." Then what does that tell you about Jimmy Garoppolo? You're not there yet. Just because you sat behind Brady doesn't mean you get the perks that he does. Like this dude, and it's unfortunate, but I think honestly, I don't even think that's a Jimmy Garoppolo thing. I think that's just a Niners thing. The refs don't like our team. We get screwed on so many damn calls. I mean,
Dude,
yesterday
so
I was
bad, dude.
what's up, Val? Yesterday I was actually very happy at the fact that Bosa finally got a holding call, and then on top of that, boy, they rolled Chris Harris like shit, like stink on shit. They were on his ass every 5 minutes. He was getting a damn penalty. I felt so bad. But at the end of the day, man, you know, those penalties work out well for us, and you know, we do whatever we need to do. But you know, one thing that I did see Breezy say this, and I'm pretty sure this has been said before in different 49er forums. Bosa got to sell that damn hold call a little bit more. You can't just get held and not. I mean, you got to flail your arms, you got to scream, you got to do something, but you got to sell that damn holding call so you can get it, because then they'll start to notice it a little bit more and pay a little bit of attention. I know a lot of the times we don't get those types of calls, but hopefully that works.
Hey, I was also gonna say too, you guys saw that hell of a hold on Drake Jackson as well, right?
Oh,
Yep.
dude, holy shit, that was insane. And they don't
The
call it
refs
goddamn
were
thing.
so bad. I mean, on both
Dude,
sides.
oh my
The
God.
refs
Yeah.
were horrible, dude.
They were. Yeah,
Like,
they borrowed the
horrible.
refs from the Pac-12 conference for that game.
That I want to ask you guys this, because the thing is, like, obviously a lot of these refs are, you know, like been in the league for so long.
They're fucking,
They gotta bring in like some young blood, and I'm not saying make the entire crew young, because I think that would make it bad, but just have a mixture of, you know, some experienced guys and some young guys. I feel like they really gotta they need to bring in some new type of
dude,
blood
but all the
with
guys, who they
refs.
gonna bring it? Who they gonna bring it from? The college level, because college level's got some fucking terrible refs. I mean, I don't think I've ever not hated the refs in the Pac-12.
That's
Dude,
true.
you know Dion as a Pac-12
yeah,
fan.
yeah,
The
they
refs
suck.
are fucking terrible.
Gosh.
Even in basketball too. You know it, Dion.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
dude, the Pac-12 refs in the fucking mid basketball.
Oh, I'm
my
not even
God.
gonna complain about basketball because we're number 4, so I don't get.
Yeah, but you guys are cheaters, so you got people doing jail time for cheating. So you shut up.
Nah.
Anyways,
that was the old regime. I don't
They're still cheaters, dude.
that
anyways,
was the old regime.
Just
Oh,
like the
and
Houston
then-
Astros.
speaking of George Kittle, let's talk about that penalty that was called on him for supposedly
Oh my God, dude.
Holding.
This has been a more terrible call. Like, and the
On the
ref
worst
waited.
time,
The
too.
ref waited to see if Mitchell was going to score too. As soon as he realized Mitchell was broke free to score, then he threw the flag. Like,
So what kills me
What?
is when they showed the replay, this dude's arm is fully extended inside George
Yep.
Kittle's jersey like this.
and he's like
But
this.
and Kittle's arms are just outstretched, and one is
They're not
touching
even
the other isn't.
like
He's not
clinching.
grabbing or clinching, but that's holding.
dude, that was so
Really?
bad, so fucking bad.
Like this
That was
shit's
And then they
horrible.
don't even call a face mask on the Saints because Brandon Ayuk gets, you know.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Yep.
Oh,
no,
there's always missed calls in our games. That's
Like,
nothing
yeah,
new.
for
We're
sure.
used to this
some of the
bullshit.
penalties hurt us that could have made the score a little bit
Well,
better.
it's just
but
like that
we
one.
should
I
have
mean,
still executed.
that one. He did do it, but the one on Brindle where I think it was Elijah Mitchell that ran in for that touchdown, and they got taken back because Brindle held.
Hmm.
I was like, dude, really? Come on.
Oh yeah, that remember.
Bro,
Yep.
it's freaking Jacob Brendel, of course.
Dude. Well, can we just have fucking Mike McGlinchey go one fucking game without a penalty?
Yeah, I don't think
Motherfucker, dude.
Yo,
Did he have a penalty in the Cardinals game? I thought he played well in the Cardinals.
I don't know. I thought he did.
okay, so we're gonna flip it on to the other side because we already know the defense destroyed the motherfucking Saints. All right, I want to know from each of you who stood out to you on defense the most in yesterday's game. Media, let's go with you first.
I'm going to go with Fred Warner, and my answer is not based on actually just yesterday's game. I just think Fred Warner's been a baller, especially these last few weeks, and he continued. I mean, he is just everywhere. He's just stopping the run. I mean, he obviously forced the fumble to open up the game, so I'm going with Fred Warner. I mean, he has just been everywhere, phenomenal. Like he's playing like what we should be expecting. You know, he's kind of struggled before that, so I'm giving it to Fred Warner.
Okay, Christian, go ahead.
Well, I mean, he was my X factor, which I think he proved me. Other than not getting the pick that I wanted, he fucking balled out, dude. Fucking Huff, dude, with the forced fumble. And did you guys see how many times he was jumping the snap count and fucking getting to the backfield? More than once he did in that game. Like, dude,
Yeah.
he must be practicing that shit with fucking Polamalu in the offseason when they hang out. Like, he's literally I haven't seen many guys other than Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu do that as a safety. And it fucking blows my mind that he's doing this shit, dude. It makes his defense so much better when he can come up to the line and get behind get to the running back before anything happens. He blew up so many plays for them in that game. It was insane. I'm just like watching. I'm like, how the fuck is this guy doing this in his second year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's insane.
Hey, didn't the one where he went in and caused Kamara to fumble? Didn't that kind of remind you a little bit of Dante Whitner in a way?
Yeah,
that hit.
I can come in. He comes in so heavy. Like when he's running and he everything is just he comes in so heavy with everything he does. It just he runs like he weighs 1,000 pounds, dude. It's insane. Like when he came and fucking shoulder right into Kamara to fumble, make him fumble. Oh, it's amazing. Just the way he runs and stuff. I freaking love to watch him play.
I was like so shocked when I saw it because I was like, oh my god, no fucking way.
It's insane,
All right,
dude.
Deon, who's yours?
Are you saying to stand up for the defense?
Yeah.
Huff. It's always Huff.
What's up, Deon? Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Huff is the man. I love what this kid's been doing. Silent sleeper, Gibson. Gibson played very well yesterday.
Yeah.
He had a fantastic game. He looked really good. Warner was doing his thing. I mean, the whole defense just in general, bro, like it's just great.
We're number one.
The only thing that I can say is we've got to figure out how to get better at actually getting to the quarterback because we were collapsing the shit out of that pocket, man. But Dalton's ass was squeezing by.
It's just because we're hurting on the interior. The interior was left open a lot. We need Armstead back.
Yeah.
He has a chance this week.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
if he can come back, that would be awesome. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping
I ain't counting on it. I'm not gonna count on it. But for me, I'd have to say that much.
We're hurting a lot in the interior. Like no Kinlaw and Armstead hurts a lot because even Kinlaw's in there. You're not running by him the way Andy Dalton was running. You're not running by Armstead. You're not running by Kinlaw. Our DNs we're collapsing the pocket, but we don't have anybody in the middle to make them pay when we do that. That was the problem. That's why we were missing on the sacks a lot was Andy Dalton was getting away because we're collapsing the pocket with both our DNs with Jackson and Bosa, and then there's nobody in the middle to clean it up.
So I felt like, because I mean, Izzy thinks he's a liability, but I felt like Ward played a really good game yesterday.
Ward's a
Jimmy's been
liability in the slot
Jimmy,
to an extent.
but Jimmy's
Yeah.
been good. Like we're regardless where he's been lining up, I feel like he's played really good.
Jimmy has been doing his job because he knows this is his contract year. He is not
Yeah.
going to complain, but he is playing like a man possessed, and he is angry because he is stuck in that slot
Yeah.
because they won't give him his spot back because Gibson and Huff seem to have a nice little connection.
They've
I
been
understand
very
where
good.
Jimmy is coming from because when he got that contract, he made it very clear, I do not want to be playing anything other than safety.
Yep.
So I understand where he's coming from, and I respect it. But at the same, in that same vein, you know, you just kind of got to do what you got to do and see what's going on.
Can we give some props to Domador Lenore because they said he was a bust and wasn't going to do anything, and he's been fucking great.
He's been doing well. Yesterday wasn't his best game, but he did well.
He's doing good enough to
The
fucking
thing-
help his team pitch a shutout. So I'll give him fucking credit for that.
I think the one thing is, especially with Lenore, is I think people forgot because remember last year, like he had, yeah, he struggled at times, but he really showed some good things. I feel like last year he had some sparks, and unfortunately, he had some things that happened,
Personal
outside
issues.
of football. Yeah, personal things outside of football. So, that's why he didn't play afterwards. But I feel like people just forgot how,
Yeah, life hits you, man, and when life hits you, you can't do anything about that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Your emotions and you know how you feel about certain things is gonna wind up happening. But I mean, he played well enough to help us get the W, but it wasn't his best game. I want to ask you guys, man, because I'm looking at these comments and people are pissed off because they're saying that Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. were talking shit. So
Who
I pulled
cares?
up a
That's all
little
I think.
piece of the article,
Yeah, go ahead.
and I have to believe that Raheem Mostert is telling the truth. Here's why: media takes are going to do that all day. Like media outlets are they're only going to give you what they want you to hear. They're looking for the soundbite and the clickbait. But what he did, here's the comment that Raheem Mostert made. He says, we have a quarterback, Mostert said of Tagovailoa, who can actually sling it. 49er fans.
He ain't lying.
Why are we upset about that?
Well, he ain't lying.
Okay,
He ain't
is
lying.
there okay?
Okay.
Any
Tua can
49er
ball
fan
well.
out there in the chat right now, please tell me that Jimmy Garoppolo can sling it, and I'll prove you wrong in seconds. Jimmy Garoppolo does not throw the ball down the field. If you haven't seen
You
how
saw what
many
happened
times
yesterday.
he's tried it on many occasions. It doesn't work. He doesn't have the arm strength. So for Raheem Mostert to say that, he's not telling a lie. So everybody jumping on the Jimmy bandwagon trying to defend him because he's on our team. I'm sorry. This is a fact.
Dude,
That's it.
Tua's whole thing was his accuracy on the deep ball. Like that's
Yeah, and he seems to have gotten a lot better with it. Here's the situation. When you look at that and you see that, at face value, people start, defending Jimmy. I'm sorry. What are you defending? You're defending a guy who can't throw the ball deep, who doesn't have good deep ball accuracy. Like at the end of the day, like when you look at it, if you see our defense, you look at our defense and go, our defense is stellar. You know where our defense sucks balls? On third and short. We get killed.
Yeah.
We are one of the worst teams in the league on third and short. You give them 3rd and 15, we stopping that shit. 3rd and 3, high probability you're going to convert that. So
That's because of the interior, dude. As it goes back to the interior of it.
But I mean, and I agree with you on that. But I mean, for me, him saying that, like, what did he say that was not correct? Why are y'all defending Jimmy Garoppolo as if he can actually sling the rock like that? Because he can't. So me personally, if that's all he said and that's what they clipped out, he's not lying. That's the unfortunate part about this.
Did you see what Debo put today?
Yeah, he said, Raheem, be real with yourself. Okay, I think the other thing that he was talking about was he stated that the 49ers were trying to rush him back from his knee injury. And that's why I think Debo put be real with yourself, because at the end of the day, You decided, you yourself, Mr. Mostert, figured out what the situation was. You could have managed it and played, or you could have season-ending surgery and call it a season. You chose that. So you saying that the 49ers rushed you back, how are they going to rush you back when you decided to end your season?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing we can do about that. You can't rush somebody back that openly says, I'm not going to play. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a clause in your contract that probably said you need to take a little less money because you decided literally basically just to opt out as if this was a fucking COVID year or some shit. So that's not on the 49ers. That's probably the only thing I disagree with. But, I mean, we got people – I saw somebody on Twitter put at Raheem Mostert and put the hit him up video from Tupac. I'm like, really? That's what we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Raheem should be thanking the Niners too because we're the ones that put him on the board.
Put him on the
Honestly,
map.
I don't even care. For me, I don't even care about any of this, dude. Fucking who cares what he said? Who cares?
You know,
let's
the
just go
reason
beat
why
him.
all this.
I hope his career goes well. Let's go fucking beat him. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. The reason why all this is happening right now is because we played them on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason. We're playing
the other thing that I did see was that
Niners.
This is a huge game.
He said they had play. I think he said they have. They've got some playmakers there. They have Jalen Waddle. They have Mike Gesicki. They have Tyreek Hill. So yes, those are playmakers. And I can tell you right now, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are a better wide receiver tandem than Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. And why is that? Only based on the quarterback play. Literally, when Tua is on the field, they don't lose. They haven't lost the game when Tua is starting.
Yep,
and fully plays the game. Like, they literally don't.
They've had an easy schedule this far, but Tua has been great.
He's been doing very well, man. So me personally, when I look at some of the comments and what was said, I get it. We put him on the map. Yes, he should be grateful. But at the same time, if you're asking someone a question and they say something that's not necessarily very positive, don't be upset about it. You ask them for their opinion. You don't want somebody's opinion, don't ask for the shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the only reason we can't get this game flexed to Sunday Night Football is because it's the Cowboys in Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, that's probably
the only reason is we don't move the Cowboys out of prime time because it's the Cowboys, which would make more sense since it's the fucking Broncos again in prime time the week after.
Who are they even playing?
The Chiefs and Broncos play fucking Sunday night the week we play the Buccaneers. It's like, okay, well, fucking put Brady versus Garoppolo fucking for the first time on Sunday night football.
That should be flexed.
On Sunday night football.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Awesome.
I don't care how good the Bucs are. I don't care about the records. It's Grady versus Garoppolo for the first time. Put that shit on Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
Bro, they need to fire the schedule people because man, they are so bad this year at making.
How did the fucking Broncos have this
freaking
many
Steelers?
Bro, the Broncos have another fucking primetime game. We do.
You know why? That's only because of Russell Wilson, though. That's
exactly.
It's only because they got
nobody
Russell
wants
Wilson,
to watch
so
that shit.
Oh, we're gonna put them on.
Yeah, and nobody and the sad part is Rustin came out there. He looks like hot shit on the stick, and then you got defensive linemen cussing you out. You know what I'm saying? Telling you to get your shit together because they're going out there playing hard and you ain't doing shit to help.
Told that motherfucker, cook this, bitch.
Dude, if you got your defense yelling at you, the fucking
look at Joey over here. I got a bedtime.
Then you got an issue.
Hey man, look,
dude, I want to flex. Dude, I wanted to be flexed because it would be so much more fun to go to a Sunday night football game.
Yeah, media said it, man. It's only strictly due to the fact that it was Russell. That's why they gave them all those primetime games because they thought Russell was going to come in there and turn that offense around, and it's not so.
Watch them not flex it too because you don't flex Mahomes. Like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah. No, I have to agree with this one right here, Sizzle. You are correct. If we play like what we just did, we are in trouble because I can tell you right now, if we got to come up into the playoffs against certain, I'll tell you this, if we go back to the Super Bowl and we got to face the Chiefs again, can't have another Jimmy Garoppolo out like this. Because I tell you right now, the defense is only going to hold for so long. I'm telling you, look, we held them to 10 points at halftime in the Super Bowl for a few years back. But what happened after halftime? They started scoring. They started moving the ball.
Yeah, they got some bullshit lucky.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is
It should have never happened.
can't
Okay, but
you can't get comfortable with letting your defense do that. And the reason that the other reason I don't have a issue with what Raheem Mostert said is because if our defense has a bad game and we need Jimmy to dig us out of a hole, it's just not their day. They're off. But what happens? We got to look to Jimmy and go, hey man, we're gonna need you to dig us out this hole today, baby. We didn't had you for 5 straight games, 4 straight games. We need you to go ahead and help us out. And Jimmy's gonna look at them and go, you guys need to get on the field and go get that ball back again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to help you out. I'm not sure I can. And though he may not say it, he shows that with his play on the field. I mean, just look at him. He ain't digging us out no motherfucking hole. Yeah.
As of now, we have two more primetime games.
Yeah, he's not out he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, so he might be black, might be back. He
is black.
He is black. I'm out here bullshit.
Dude, you just fucked yourself. Joey's gonna get you now.
Oh, you already know him.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's been getting us lately. He got us in freaking the pregame.
Yeah, dude, he got Deon again.
Mm-hmm.
What were you talking about? I didn't even see this shit.
Wait, what are your guys' thoughts about signing the
Janoris Jenkins?
Yeah, Janoris.
We signed his ass like 6 years too late. Janoris Jenkins was better when he first came in the league, man. I don't.
Hey, we'll see. Okay. I mean, any kind of help. I'm fine with that.
Here's my question. My next question. Why you think? What's the reasoning for signing a cornerback?
Because Ambry Thomas stinks.
I don't know.
That could be it. That really could be it. They may be trying to look at him to see if he can work out better. Because I mean, be honest with you, man. Having a little bit of veteran help outside of Mooney is not a bad thing. George Jenkins was he had a couple of picks and he's
a ball magnet. Maybe
he's a ball hawk.
Maybe they're thinking we can get some picks because we don't.
The thing is with Ambry,
our safeties are the only ones that get picks.
The thing with Ambry is though, wasn't he a man corner in college?
He was.
And so aren't the Niners playing more man because obviously they went out and
they're playing zone.
They got Travarius.
They play more zone though. Like every time when we played man, so watch. Okay, this is what's weird. When we played man against the Cowboys in the playoffs. That was Ambry's best game.
Mm-hmm.
And we were playing a lot more man coverage. He played really well. He does not look good in the zone defense. You put him in a man defense, he looks like why we drafted him that high. Like we just run so much zone that it hurts him.
No, don't remind us of that Titans game throwback. That was one of Jimmy worst fucking games ever.
I wish we could run more man because I think it would help. It would help the D line because a lot of the reasons. So what I saw because of the zone, a lot of reasons that Andy Dalton was getting away is because with we're running zone, the linebackers are out in coverage and aren't up close to the line to come back up and get him. If we're running more man, there's a chance the linebacker's free to come and get the quarterback when he tries to take off. But when we're running zone, we don't see it as much. But D'Amico, he's just gonna run the zone, so. Just how it is.
Dude, I'm so impressed with this defense this season. I think this is way better than the 2019 season.
2012 still the best defense, guys.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No. Well, I mean, and at the same time, 2012, the rules were different.
We also had the greatest pass rusher ever to live before he fucked himself up.
Alden Smith.
He would have went down as the
bro. He
was so fucking good.
That right there is the worst. And the number one reason it's the worst is because it wasn't due to injury. It was self-destruction. It was that bottle, man. If we could have kept Alden Smith away from alcohol, the man came in with the Cowboys, I think, last year and still had 5 sacks. Still.
My boy. All right. I'm going to introduce the man, Mr. 49er, minded himself, Bashar. What's going on?
Bashar, what's up, buddy?
I hope I'm not pissing anybody off. But.
We love having you on, Bashar, dude. What's up?
You got to bring him in. 49er minded.
49er minded.
You got to bring him in with the intro.
You guys need your intros too, man. You guys need your intros.
It's a way of living. I love
No,
it.
no,
Yeah,
no. It's not
What-
just a.
what do you say?
It's not
Is
just
that-
a thought process. It's a way of life.
Exactly.
Damn, dude,
Yeah,
he
that
sounds
was-
like
that
an
was-
MC over here.
That was
Shit.
49er dude. The rapper told me to, hey, record yourself saying this, and we'll do the rest. I was like, all right,
Oh,
whatever.
that's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Edward.
So what did I miss?
What
Anything
you
Well,
funny?
talked
tell
about?
us how you felt about the offense,
Yeah.
the offensive performance yesterday.
I don't. Oh my god!
Dion didn't want to. Dion didn't want to see it, but sure. He
Oh man, it was disappointing because going to the game, I was like, "Oh, the Saints." I forgot what the ranking was, but I researched it, and the Saints were pretty weak at stopping the run. And we go into the game, and we have difficulty stopping the run. I was like, "Oh, great, this sucks. This sucks." And another thing about the Saints defense is that they're pretty good against tight ends. They're all year long they've been really, really good at stopping tight ends. But another weak point of their defense was they give up like 119 or 109 passing rating. I forgot the exact number against wide receivers. They like all throughout the season prior to yesterday's game, they do not guard wide receivers well. So I was like, okay, well maybe Ayuk gets to go off in this game, or Debo, or Jennings, somebody. But we didn't really take advantage of that like we should have, in my opinion. Ayuk had one nice catch, but
They didn't even have Lattimore either.
Think about it, Bashar, though. It's because when they're healthy, their corners are going to do a little better. They've been up front. They've been injured, so they just got back Cam Jordan and whatnot. So they're getting healthy up front, which is going to help their DB.
Yeah,
so they played a little bit
nice.
better. They played a little bit better than they have been because they actually have a little bit more of a pass rush. When you're trying to cover for 5 seconds every play, you're going to give up a lot.
I have a question
catches.
for you guys. Do you think this was the worst game that the offensive lines looked?
It was pretty bad.
So yeah, that was going to be my next question too, because a lot of people are up in the air. Like some people say that they did pretty well, like Deon said in CG's show, and then there's other people that says that they didn't look good at all, and Jimmy was getting fucking destroyed back there.
He was, dude. He got his ass kicked.
I mean,
Yeah.
he got
He
hurt,
almost
right?
broke
Because
his
he
leg,
was
man.
kind of limping, right
Yeah,
after.
he's all right, but yeah, he's just being a baby about that, I think. But because he doesn't get the calls, so he's babying that shit. But he got the shit beat out of him. Should have got a couple calls. Didn't really hardly get any.
Yeah.
So, like we were bad on the offensive line. Losing
It-
Burford, we lost
it looked
Burford. That
bad.
hurts. McGlinchey always fucking looks like you unplugged the controller at least.
I mean,
once
we
or twice
lost
a game.
Burford, but I think we're gonna be fine if he misses this week because at
So
least
they
we
said
have
that
runs.
he should be good to go by Sunday's game.
The only one that seems to be on the offensive line that seems to always do his job and we never hear anything negative is fucking Banks, dude. He's a fucking beast.
Banks is really nice.
He's been because that's what makes me understand now why Tomlinson got let go because Banks is filled in nicely.
And even Aaron Banks, he did not.
Joey Arredondo.
The thing is, even Aaron Banks
And
has
his
been
girlfriend.
girlfriend,
Oh my
great,
gosh.
and he still didn't give up. A snap.
Fucking
Sorry,
Joey.
media.
Why, man? Ty.
Dion, do you see this?
Mike McNugget out here, but
Hey, Dion, my apologies. In that Niner chat on game day, I think I drop a little bit about what's going on during the game, and I'm before you actually see what's happening on your end on your TV. So my bad. I just get a little excited.
Oh
sometimes.
man, I ain't worried about that, bro. Sometimes it happens, but for me, I didn't see him get. I didn't see Jimmy get beat up, man. If Jimmy got hit, it was by his own fucking doing. I'm not watching the pocket collapse. And to me, honestly, I didn't think that he really got himself fucked up.
No.
Just let him know that ain't good chicken.
Media needs some McNuggies or what?
Nah, man. But he had a lot of time in the pocket, and you know how I know that because he started tap dancing like he always does when he has too long in the pocket. If he has a lot of time, he unfortunately will not make a play. He literally is just standing there, just doing like this, and he doesn't know where to go, and he doesn't know what to do, and that gives the defense time to get to him. And then there's some times where he steps up into a pocket that's collapsing, and it's like, why would you do that? And there are a couple of times when Jimmy tried to run, bro, no, you don't run. You're not Trey Lance. Your name is
I'm
Jimmy.
telling you,
Garoppolo.
You
get
thought
that
he was
fucking-
Trey Lance to the goal
Or,
line. on that
dude,
one
we
fourth
need to
down.
see way more bootlegs in this fucking offense. I don't care what
So
anybody
perfect
says.
example.
He seems to
Get
be
that
great off those
motherfucker out of
bootlegs,
the
right?
pocket. Get him out of the fucking pocket.
Hey,
Way more
perfect,
times in the game.
perfect example. When they were in the red zone, he had a wide open Christian McCaffrey and he didn't even look his way at
He
all.
was too busy keyed in on
Yeah,
that one
that's
guy.
what
He
I'm
didn't
saying.
even
Yeah.
go to his
Get that
read.
motherfucker on the bootleg. He's going to see the whole goddamn field. He's not
Yeah.
standing in the pocket fucking staring one guy down.
That defense was spectacular. It's been great for the last 4 games. We literally have shut a team out for 6 fucking quarters, but our defense was only able to give – our offense was only able to give 13 points with all these weapons. CMC partially got a little bit hurt, but they say he's going to be okay. The good thing about this is Jordan Mason got some time on the field. And I'm telling you, Kyle, if you can't see the greatness in this young man from those few runs, then you are blind, sir, and you need glasses and you need help because you've got to get this kid on the field. If you run CMC to the outside, let him run your stretch zone shit. But if you say, I need this play up the gut and put Jordan Mason in, why would that hurt? Mason
he remind
hits
you
that
guys
hole hard, and he runs rugged, and I love every second of it.
Who's he remind you of?
On the field.
I got a comparison, so I want to see who he reminds you of real quick. Who's Mason remind you of?
Me?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I haven't
see.
seen
I'm gonna
enough of
say
him yet.
what it reminds me of. The way how he runs hard and runs heavy every time he touches the ball is LeGarrette Blount.
Blunt ran hard. The only difference between Blunt and Mason is I think Blunt was faster than Mason, but I haven't seen Mason stop in
I
speed.
know. I'm just
Blount,
saying
for
from
me,
the way
Blount,
I
I think
see how
Blount was
hard he
slower.
runs when he hits the hole. Like
From
what I saw.
Okay,
yesterday.
I get you.
That's kind
can
of
see
that would be a good comparison. Like not the best skill of some running backs, but he's going to run so hard it's not going to matter. To me that was Blount. Blount was like not the most talented running back, but he ran so fucking hard that he looked like he was better, just as good as all the other guys. So that's what I've seen so far from Mason. I mean, it's it's a small sample size, but I want to see him run the ball up the middle a little more because he does not look easy to tackle whatsoever.
We got this is the perfect still shot on Richard Sherman.
Okay, I'm
What we
gonna
got
play
here?
what Richard Sherman had to say about our defense real quick.
The 49ers defense ranks first in points per game, first in yards per game, first in rush yards per game. My goodness, sounds like a pretty good defense. Wait till Eric Armstead returns. This could be the best defense in football. They are complete. All 3 levels of the defense have big-time playmakers, all-pro, Pro Bowl type players. The Saints haven't been shut out since 2001. Over 20 years since they've been shut out. And you know who it took? It took them seeing Nicholas, John, Bosa, and Fred Warner, and the boys, Jimmy Ward. And guess what?
What's that, Rich?
It's going to be trouble when they all get fully healthy. Ugh!
Sherman.
I want more than anything. I want Armstead and Kinlaw to come back for the playoffs.
That's not gonna happen.
I
Don't
doubt
hold your
Kinlaw's
breath
coming
for that
back. I
one.
doubt Kinlaw's coming back.
I'm just gonna be a dick and bust your bubble right now. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, Kinlaw's not.
Heck, you go.
Kinlaw ain't coming. Kinlaw ain't
Some
gonna see
food,
the field
yeah.
until next year, and then when he does, he'll be here for about 2-3 games. He'll be right the
I
fuck
know,
back
right?
out. If they pick up that man's 5th-year option, they're stupid.
There's no way.
Oh no, there's a way. We love injured
They will.
players. Have you forgotten who our GM is? John
They
Lynch
will.
has a soft
They
spot for
will.
anybody that's had an ACL tear in their career.
They will.
Oh my god, dude.
I
here we
wanted to
go.
ask you guys.
What
a
exactly?
question.
Oh, go ahead. Vinny.
Sorry, real quick before we talk about like the defense a little bit, because we were just talking about the running backs. What is your guys' opinion on TDP? Because to me right now, it gives me like sermon type of vibes.
The only problem with TDP is he is not good on special teams. That is why Jordan Mason dresses over him, period. And that has definitely been made very clear by Kyle and anybody else. That's the reason why you don't see TDP out there. You'll see him next week because Mitchell out. But the thing is he was not active because Jordan Mason is the better special teams player. But hopefully, like I said, with those runs, Jordan Mason has put, TDP on notice. I'm undrafted and I'm going to take your fucking job. I honestly think if you mix it up, with CMC and Jordan Mason, you'll be fine. And if CMC gets to a point where you feel like you have to limit his usage, run him on those little stretch plays and just run Jordan Mason up the gut.
Mhm.
If you got a little quick pass play or something, there you go. But that's how it works.
Here's how I feel about the running back thing. Like, I know people are mad because we draft running backs high and they don't work out. For me, if fucking you get a free agent that fucking fills in, and then I don't really get. Then I'll just see it as like, well, we'll just pretend he was the pick. As long as you end up with a position player that kicks ass, whether it's a free agent or you drafted him, I don't give a shit so much about wasting picks because we still found somebody regardless.
I'm going to add to that in a minute when you're done with this video.
Okay.
It's not a video, man. I just wanted to show what Mike McGlinchey was looking for.
I saw that.
What is Jimmy looking at? Look at who's wide open, and then all that space.
CMC wide open, dude.
Hey, McGlinchey looks like he's going out for a pass.
Yeah, my thing is, who the fuck is he blocking? Ryan doing something wide space.
Like Joey said,
Manti
Manti
Te'o's
Te'o's pretend girlfriend.
They made him fucking.
No,
Manti Te'o's
McGlinchey's
girlfriend.
like, come at me, defender. Welcome in.
He was thinking
I'm
about
giving you an openly.
He was thinking about what he was going to have for dinner.
Then you have this guy right here coming in and hits.
Nah, he's
freaking
not
Jimmy.
on lunch, man.
All right, Bashar, go ahead.
It was about the running backs. It was funny because like going into the game, I was probably like, because we saw like Mitchell look pretty nice, and obviously with CMC playing beside him, I was like, okay, you know what? Going to this next year's draft, we're probably not going to draft running back for a change, but that goes out the window with Mitchell getting hurt, so we probably will end up.
We don't even need to. All the guys we get.
If TDP pans out, I don't think we will.
Guys produce.
Dude.
We find free agents and they produce. Like, we need to stop wasting picks on positions where we find them in free agency and then they produce. Like, even guys that have been in, like Mostert, how many times did he freaking go through the ringer until he came and was a freaking badass for the Niners? Look at Breida. Like, any running back can be good in this system. Like, so stop wasting picks on them.
Hey, y'all, congratulations to Beto, man. He got his channel back.
Yeah, he
Hell yeah.
got his channel back finally.
There you go.
I made a grand announcement on that 49ers First Takes. I had music playing in the background and all that for him.
Hey, man.
That's a victory for all content creators, by the way, because we saw a lot of guys lose their channels and not get them back.
Yeah, congrats to you on that one, Beto. That's man,
that's awesome.
you're one of them. You're one in a million right there.
Yeah, I was happy for him.
Tell him it's time for
Neil got his channel back.
Siesta at his house now.
Yeah.
Fiesta.
But
Fiesta at his house.
Fiesta's
All right.
a nap.
we're gonna be ending
I
here
meant to
pretty
say
shortly
Fiesta,
here.
sorry.
But I do want to get your guys' take going into this Miami Dolphins game.
Hey, pay the bills, man.
What are we expecting? What do we want? What needs to change for this freaking offense to be able to score more goddamn points?
We got to pay the bills real quick. We forgot.
Is this a my bookie moment that we're gonna have?
Yep.
Oh
What's
yeah.
going on, guys? Zach here from 49ers Hive, and I just wanted to take a second to thank today's sponsor, MyBookie. You know football, and you pick winners every single weekend, so why not get paid for them at MyBookie? You could bet single game spreads, money lines, or parlay multiple together to increase your payouts. The feeling on Sunday when a 3, 4, 5, 6 game parlay hits is unmatched. There are low contest entry fees and over $500,000 to be won. So make it so you don't have to be a pro gambler to have some fun. Getting started is super simple. All you got to do is go to mybookie.ag and use our promo code HIVE, as in 49ers Hive, on your first deposit to secure a double deposit bonus. You deposit $50, they'll match you $50. You deposit $100, they'll match you $100, all the way up to $1,000. Take advantage of our double deposit bonus. It's right here on the screen. mybookie.ag, promo code HIVE, as in 49ers Hive. Take advantage now, guys, and make this your winning season exclusively at MyBookie.
All right. Thank you, Zach. All right. So back to my question real quick. What needs to change going into this important game? This is a must-win for this team.
Go
just
ahead, Christian.
red zone offense. Like fucking stop sucking the ass in the red zone. Don't have these fucking bullshit play calls that look trash. Like fucking dial something up. Get Jimmy out of the pocket. Fucking figure it out. Fucking figure out how to be consistent in the red zone. Maybe if Mason gets a chance, maybe Mason can just fucking blow through everybody and get touchdowns. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a chance to see him. But I want to see something fucking happen in the fucking red zone. I'm tired of this fucking shit that looks so mediocre. And Kyle looks lazy. I want to see some fucking trickery. I want to see some motions. I want to see a fucking lot more movement than we've seen this year, especially in the red zone.
Yeah, Bashar, go ahead.
What was? Sorry, I didn't miss the question.
What needs to change, especially with the offense going into this important game this Sunday?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what good old lefty over here, Christian, hit on a lot of it. Yeah, let's. I mean, we definitely have to. It'd be nice. Why? I know Jimmy D doesn't have the greatest throwing arm, but why not? Why not try some deep shots, some play action deep shots? Why not? And it's not like we're playing a team with a strong pass rush. The Dolphins, on defense, are like the third to last in terms of most sacks in the NFL, at least sacks in the NFL. So, I mean, let's try to get some big plays against this damn Dolphins. Let's get our big plays back. And especially since we're playing, Shanahan's student. Usually he's a bit up for those type of games. So he better get in his bag this game, and we better not be humiliated by his good old McDaniel over there. So we'll see, man.
Media.
I'm gonna kind of go off of what Bashar just said. It's the Kyle Shanahan versus Mike McDaniel show. So Kyle Shanahan himself.
He froze.
Frozen.
It's the movie Frozen.
There it is.
Student,
There you go, Joey. Get his ass. Get his ass. Joey.
Okay, he's back. He's back.
Right now, he's typing.
Catch it.
What just happened?
You froze, dude.
What you mean? What just happened?
He went to go build a snowman.
So I think the matchup between McDaniels and Kyle Shanahan is going to be pretty interesting to watch, and just getting the opportunities, taking advantage of those opportunities that maybe the defense is giving you, and scoring touchdowns, being effective in the red zone.
Yeah, that's what they do up there in Arizona. U of A, they go to each other's dorm rooms and they sing the song. Do you want to build a snowman?
Okay, buddy. No, they don't. Stop the cap. Stop the
cocaine.
cap.
Hey, cocaine.
We don't want to play anyone. We're just really trash.
We won more games this year than we did last year.
Cocaine snowman over there.
Andy makes you down.
That's why I say I miss being on here with you guys, man. So I'll try to make it more of a habit to be on here with you guys. It's always a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, man. You know how it is. We snap on each other. It's all good.
Yeah, I did, Joey. Sorry about that.
Yeah. The media hacking my shit frozen. No, you know what? Hey, speaking of Frozen,
that's where
media. How tall are you, media?
No, he said Frozone.
Minimum blast.
He said Frozone, Deon.
You're 5'9"? Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. Media's got the height, and he's a little skinny, so he could be Frozone.
I'll say
incredible.
You always turning your camera off. You sure you're not Frozone?
Okay, so hold up.
Every time Deon not feeling good, he's fucking doing his Frozone duties.
So real quick, Bashar,
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna invite you to our pregame show versus the Dolphins this weekend when we set it up.
What time is it though?
Depends what day these guys want to do it.
Oh, okay. If it's on Saturday, there's a really good chance I could be on. Sundays right before the game are extremely hard for me because I go to church and all that other stuff. So.
Okay.
There you go. We got to praise the Lord. We got to praise Jesus.
I praise the gods. I praise the gods of football on Sunday. Okay.
That's what Christian does. Christian gets down and he has a little spot and he has like a beard.
Please let Jimmy not throw an interception.
He's got a picture of Jimmy Garoppolo right there smiling.
Please don't throw an interception.
All I want for today is peace on earth Good for the all been
Christian got a nice smile photo of Jimmy Garoppolo's Jimmy Garoppolo jersey and a little candle and just worship
and he's got the fake candle so it stays lit and then there's no wax melting, so it's just always lit. You know, every time he goes near the picture, he goes, "Oh."
Hey, I want to ask Deon this question because
Sure.
What's it called? Mark Sanchez was commentating the game. Obviously, he's covering the game.
Oh God!
And I think you know where I'm going with this.
I actually like Mark. He's fun.
Or they flashed up that graphic on the screen of how many wins Jimmy had. I just want to know what was running through your mind when Mark Sanchez was saying what he had to say about you.
My thing here's my thing about the commentators, and this is for any commentator that commentates on our game. Stop giving Jimmy Garoppolo so many fucking passes, people. Stop. Like, y'all give him a pass for everything. Your birthday is Wednesday. What you getting? Oh.
We're putting Anshul in a bow and hand.
I'm like, hey, look, man, I'm gonna get you a lump of coal and a swift kick to the ball sack. That's what
with your damn jokes and your memes.
We're wrapping media in a bow and sending them to Joey's house.
I can't with
you all.
All year is this little boy. F you
look,
all.
Media. Oh, hey, look, man. At bare minimum, we're gonna see you next day air. You gonna be all right. And it comes a little bit of money, but if we do that between all of us, we should be good. Man. Honestly, when I saw that graphic, they do that a lot. And here, the number one, and I said this before you came on, and I'll stick to it. It's different eras of football. So you can't compare Joe and Steve to anybody from this era. You know why? They have way more protection. There's more things to help them out on offense. Joe didn't have this shit when he came in.
Dude, I don't know how you try to even compare it.
So that's why I would say that it's fine they do it because the numbers are there and it's a good way for them to continue to, keep people tuned in. But they're not
letting Deon finish, man.
Sorry, Joe.
No, it's all good.
If I do get wrapped in a present, there's no returns, Joey. Sorry.
Oh, there it is. Well, look, man. Okay, well, where do you really want us to send you, media? Who's your celebrity crush that we should actually send you to? That's the better question. I see. Look, he didn't got shy again. Either way, Bashar, for me, I didn't care for it, and I didn't care for how many passes they gave Jimmy Garoppolo, and making it seem like it seems like the commentators have like a woe is me attitude towards him, and I don't understand why. Like the guy isn't out here dying. No, like he's not sad. He's playing behind a fairly good offensive line. He had plenty of time in that pocket yesterday from what I saw. There were a couple of times where he did get hit, but there was a lot of time where he had all day in the fucking pocket. Typically in the pocket, you have what? 2 to 3 seconds?
He had at least 2 seconds a lot of time. And people don't realize this. There's 26 teams in the league that give up more sacks than we do. So it's not like we have the worst offensive line in the league to say it's all their fault. That's why Jimmy G played so bad.
Jimmy does. The crazy thing is when he does want to get rid of the ball, he gets rid of it fucking fast. There was that one pass he had. There was that one pass, but he had him. Remember the pocket like suffocated him. I don't know how he got. And he fucking dude. As soon as it suffocated, that ball was out. Like when he wants to get rid of the ball, that shit's fucking out. Yeah. But his decision making doesn't fucking match how fast he can get the ball out of his hand.
But what do you think about the defense, Bashar?
I love it. I can't complain about the defense, especially since Mosley went down, and I thought that was going to really hurt us. I mean, you just pull up the stats and they're just dominating in almost every category. So I hope we can keep it up. So, but again, I want the offense to help the defense out. So.
I agree with you on that one, man. See, me and Bashar, the cool thing is like me and Bashar, we be chatting in that little chat, bro. Like we go back and forth, but we're literally on the same page because we were both of the mindset of where did all this damn jump on the train with Jimmy Love come from? Like we were both thinking like this motherfucker ain't even put up over 240 yards a game. What the hell are we talking about? Like we're thinking the same shit, and people are out there like, oh, I would love to keep Jimmy for more time if he wins the Super Bowl. Let him
your contract.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, out of all the years that we've been here and we've known Jimmy, Has he ever helped us win a playoff game? No. But y'all ready to jump on his dick?
No.
The
Not one time
minute,
is he.
the minute a Super Bowl is won, even if he didn't win the motherfucker, even if he didn't throw the game-winning touchdown, even if he didn't throw a touchdown, y'all now are ready to jump on the train and say that this dude should be the guy over Trey Lance. And everyone seems to forget the key thing here. He is a free agent. Do you really? Let me ask you. Let me just pose this to the panel, and I want everybody to answer. Do you really think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to take a hometown discount after winning a Super Bowl, knowing that guarantees him no less than $30 million a year in certain franchises because they're going to pay him and somebody's going to overpay? Do any of us here have the mindset that he would take a discount so we can keep players that we need to keep, because we do have other people that need to get paid, and there are some people that are going to demand a lot of money. So do you really think Jimmy's going to hang out with us for less money? No. He's not Tom Brady. What do you think about that, Brandon?
New York Jets.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Christian, you need to stop saying the Jets. He ain't going to the fucking Jets.
He's going to the fucking Jets.
He's not going to the Jets.
He's going to the fucking Jets. Okay?
Bro, Mike White's taking over that thing.
Mike White looked at Mike right. Okay, he did his thing. Media,
better.
what do you think?
He's not gonna. There's no way Why would he take a discount? No, he's not taking no discount.
He's gonna go back up to Deshaun Watson and get his shoulders massaged.
What do you think, Bashar?
Do I think? I think I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if he went to the Jets. It really wouldn't, but we'll see. I mean, I don't think we're going to re-sign him. If that's what you're asking me. No.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, man, I don't want him here. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we were to win the Super Bowl and they go somehow to keep this dude, I tell you right now that I wouldn't content create next year. I would tell everybody don't bother me.
Deon, to be fair, if we win a Super Bowl, I don't give a fuck what happens for the next 20 years. We win a fucking Super Bowl. I don't fucking care anymore.
Christian's
we get a Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck.
See one while I'm alive, and
we win a Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck what happens. We won a Super Bowl. I could give a fucking. I don't care.
No, I'm not. I don't fucking care. We win a Super Bowl. Thanks for the Super Bowl, Jimmy. You can get the fuck on now.
Yeah, that's how
I think Jimmy would go anyway, but I just don't care what happens. The
Eagles let Nick Foles walk, right?
Yep.
Hey, he went and what did Nick Foles do when he walked? He got paid.
And look how
he started sucking after that.
Jacksonville. And what happened? He sucked ass, and now you see Trevor Lawrence there. So it's not outside. Like the reason that I state that is because Matt Flynn got paid, and Russell Wilson took his job. Mike Glennon.
I don't know how you remember that guy. I forgot who we were.
Got paid for nothing. Sam Bradford robbed the NFL for years. 8 games a season. You knew that's all you was getting out this motherfucker. And he still stayed in the double digits of millions every year.
And it's funny because next year people are like, "Oh, well, we can't have Trey Lance because, well, what if he went down and who would take over? Why not have Jimmy?" What they say now?
Yeah,
Joey, dude.
Joey.
But he accidentally put David. I think he meant to put David.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
I was just trying to say that there's going to be plenty of placeholders that we can sign, veteran quarterbacks that we can sign as a backup for Lance.
Exactly.
When Jimmy
and I agree with that a whole 100%. And here's the thing: next year you most likely find a better backup for Trey Lance, because I don't think Brock Purdy is it. Everybody gives him a lot of credit and says this and that. At the end of the day, the guy's still Mr. Irrelevant.
On Twitter, we're trying to say that Purdy was better than Lance. I was
turn the wrong way on the handoff.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, who are you handing off to, bro?
That was pretty ugly.
Oh man,
all right.
It was pretty ugly.
There's going to be some quarterbacks that'll drop in the draft that can be decent backups for Lance.
All right, guys. So we're gonna end it right now. But any last thoughts before we head out?
Continue to keep going defense. Stay balling, man. Stay balling. That's all I want. Let the defense ball and offense wake your ass up. Stop going to sleep when you feel like it. All right. The offense be nodding off like an old man in a rocking chair. And then when you change the channel, the motherfucker wake up talking about I was watching that. So we don't need you to be the old man in the rocking chair. We need you to be the young kid outside, getting it every day. You know what I'm saying? So get the offense got to step up. Defense keep balling the way you balling. That's all I got.
All right, media.
Go Wildcats and
Oh shit.
To the trash can.
no.
Trash can.
Hey, we won our bowl game already. Okay,
You don't even have a ball game, dude.
We beat ASU. That's
Hey,
our bowl game.
Hey, vote
That's
for
our-
Pedro.
That's our Super Bowl for the college football. But anyway,
Federico.
my last thoughts are, I just want to see the offense get going again. Just seeing them get into that end zone, and defense. I mean, what can I say? Just keep balling.
All right, Star.
Yeah, same thing you guys said. Let's just beat the hell out of Miami. Find a way to do it. We got to do it.
Christian.
Hey, it's time to take McDaniel to school. Okay. There's no reason Kyle fucking Shanahan should lose to his young Padawan. All right.
Let's hope.
Take his ass to school and show him what's up.
All right, guys.
Is this another comment that you guys are laughing at, or what?
I don't know, bro. I think
It's
man.
freaking Christian.
Sometimes the media gets cracked with that one Joey comment. Joey was
Hey, the McNuggies.
These guys love them some
Screw
Joey.
you, Britt.
Make sure. Hey, we'll make sure when we send fucking media over, we'll fucking put some McNuggies in there.
There's the McNuggies. All right,
I'm gonna ask for a trade so I don't get shipped.
this guy.
What we go? Oh, okay. So what? We gonna send you FedEx? You gonna get traded to UPS
Right.
for the postal service? Don't go to the postal service. Your ass gonna get lost in the mail.
Oh shit, Joey back at it again. Fucking can't. Christian's dying over here, dude.
Not, bro.
Okay. Well,
All right, yeah, we gonna end it,
right,
man.
guys. We'll be back to preview the Dolphins versus Niners game this weekend. So until next time, fucking
Niners.
go Niners.
We're gonna get these guys some medical help here, right?
All
Medical
right.
attention.
Thanks. Bye.